Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of my podcast. And this episode is really, really special because, first of all, it is in English for a change. You know, most of the stuff that I do is in Spanish. But we are interviewing today a really good friend of mine. I mean, we've known each other for how long?
I think 25 years.
20 something years. Yeah. When he was just starting, well, you weren't just starting real estate, but definitely another level of real estate.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes, I was a younger firecracker.
Yeah, exactly. At that time, we were closing a lot of units. I mean, I don't even know how many loans we did together, probably over 100.
Yes,
it was a ton.
Absolutely.
A ton of business.
It was a real estate boom.
Yes.
That has never been matched again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, here he is at Cipriani, one of the, I would say this is probably the best project in Miami right now when it comes to like ultra luxury. You know, so we're gonna talk about that. And, you know, I really was looking forward to this because the ultra luxury right now is booming so much in Miami. And people just don't talk about it much because people are very private. So I wanted to open that door a little bit and just talk about, you know, things like, you know, what's the difference between some projects that are expensive and something like Cipriani, right?
Sure.
So, you know, with all these endless buyers that are in Miami right now, what do you think makes this project different to, let's say, any other project, for not mentioning name?
I think one of our biggest strong points is that we are a family hospitality product. We are not a corporate structure.
Okay.
As you know, there's some great hospitality brands out there, but they're corporate owned. We're not. We are a 94-year-old living legacy, and Cipriani Residences Miami is a timeless elegance because of the finishes that we use. We use marble and beautiful walnut woods. We call them tradizione. And you know, Cipriani Residence is it's basically a yacht. You know, we look like a Riva yacht floating in Positano. That's the idea. And we are a full service building with all the amenities you would expect from an Italian luxury building from Venice. So, as you know, the brand started in 1931 in Venice.
Wow, okay, I didn't know that. So, and what do you think these buyers value more right now? I mean, do you think they're just like zoning in the location, or are they looking for like anything special in the building? I know some buildings have like helicopter pad these days, so talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, we do have beautiful amenities. You know, we have 2 pools, not just one.
Okay.
You know, we have 24-hour room service because we have a private Cipriani restaurant. And having a private Cipriani restaurant in the building for the residences is very unique.
Oh, for the residents?
For the residents only.
Nice. Okay.
We're a very private Italian building. Now, we also have something very interesting. We have a speakeasy, a Harry's Bar speakeasy from Venice on the 37th floor, only for residents.
Wow.
So this is just some of our amenities. We also have pickleball.
Right.
In private dining in-house as well. But I feel that our brand, you know, this is the first building by the family ground up. So the beauty of having a building from ground up is that you can formulate that tower into what best serves your clientele.
Right.
So we have the experience to learn that, okay, we know this is gonna work, we know that's gonna work. So we're gonna implement that, and all those wonderful amenities have already been tested.
Right.
So you wanna be in the first building, this is the first one, and I feel that it's an incredible value, not to mention our views. We have a private club in the building of residences as well, called the Canaletto Collection.
How tall is the building? Is it like 90 stories? I mean.
So we are 950 feet.
Okay. That's
As
high.
of today, we are the tallest building in Miami, south of New York. We will be 84 stories.
Wow. I mean, I remember when that city, I think the Citibank building was like the tallest tower in Miami at one point. Like that's all you could see, those 2 buildings. And now it's like we're building like 90 stories. I mean, that's things. I sometimes I wonder like how did they make that happen? You know, just building here.
Well, Miami is a very avant-garde city. You know, we are a city of the future.
Yes.
We're a very modern city. We have a forward-thinking local government, in my opinion, and you know, Miami is what it is because of who is in Miami.
And let me ask you, you see Miami grow. I mean, we've both seen it together,
Yes,
and it's been actually, kind of a blessing, because I always think that we always knew this was going to happen, right? Like
Yes.
eventually, I mean, people that come to Miami, I mean, they just don't want to move out. I mean, they just love it here so much. And now, so what do you think brought this to be in the last 5 years? Besides the obvious, that was BlackRock, that's going to move their headquarters here.
Sure, the Citadel. You got to look at Miami's airport.
Okay.
And you got to look at where the airport goes, all the flights that it goes to, who's flying in. And then we have our seaport. And if you combine that with freight forwarding and cargo, we kind of could feel this before. We saw everything growing, all the industry, concrete, steel, real estate, people flying in from around the world. Miami became really big in the last 20 years. And I feel that this is just the beginning.
Right.
This is just the beginning.
That's what I think, because a lot of people are like, oh my God, Miami's so expensive. But then you look at, which is my next question, you look at cities like New York and Dubai, which I don't know, I think Dubai is kind of like our competition when it comes to like certain brands and certain things that want to be in both cities. So why would you tell, let's say when you go away, when you go to France, when you go anywhere, and somebody tells you, I want to buy something in Dubai or I want to buy something in Miami, how will you sell that? What will you tell that buyer?
Well, I was just in Monaco and London and Dubai in the last year. So I got to see a perspective from different points of views from buyers. And one thing that I always hear everywhere I go in the world is that, oh, you're from Miami.
Yeah,
oh, you're from Miami.
Right. It's like the hot
And I
thing.
always say, it's not because it has an M, because the cities that start with an M, they're actually quite wonderful places. But Miami is so the magic city, and everybody wants a piece of it.
Yes.
They want the blue skies, the colors, the weather.
The weather. Yeah.
And not just that, but we have grown with the weather.
Right.
We have the infrastructure now that is being created by buyers coming from New York, from California, from Brazil. So we are not only a world-class city, but we have so many visitors. We're growing in the annual visitation big time.
Oh yeah. It's so funny because every time I talk to a buyer that's like in another state, they're like, oh, you're from Miami, tell me about it, I want to go there. It's like, definitely I think the place to be. But going back to the project, there's a lot of luxury right now. I think there's luxury, and then there's projects like this project. So what would you tell a buyer that is looking at other projects? Like, for example, what's the difference between an expensive project and something like this that's more ultra?
Well, I think that we're very different than a lot of other projects, because we are the only family brand that I know of that still owns the brand. And what makes our building different is we cater to all different types of clientele, from our lower floors to our higher floors to our private residences with private elevators in the Canaletto collection. But I tell everybody that when you're looking at a building, look at the history, look at the resume of the brand.
The brand.
And not just that, but there's a lot of wonderful brands that have many buildings within 10 miles.
Right. That's
so
right.
we don't have another Cipriani Residences anywhere in the world. So you want to be in the first tower.
Exactly.
The resale here is going to be amazing.
Exactly. And talking about brand, how important do you think branding is, especially with a project like this?
That's a very good question. As you can see, we have different types of brands, from cars to hospitality to fashion, even magazines. But what I've learned in the last 20 years, and I've been doing this 32 years, is that I have seen that the hospitality brands, especially coming from Europe and New York into Miami, has taken over, because today's clientele, they want everything in one place. They don't have time to handle going, dinner or getting dressed.
Too busy.
Or, going to the salon.
Right.
We have a salon in the building, actually.
Oh, really? For the residences?
For the residents.
Okay.
A salon,
Nice.
movie theater as well.
Very nice.
Even the pets are taken care of, and the children.
Okay.
Yes. So I've noticed that people are so busy.
Right.
And they want everything on demand. Okay? They don't want to wait around. They want today. They don't want to think. And so we're offering those services here. And Cipriani Residences has a city attached to it called Miami.
Right.
That's a big statement.
That is.
That the family chose Miami first.
Yes, 100%.
Says a lot for us.
It does. So, I like this question, that I found. It says, what is something people think luxury buyers care about, but they really don't?
Well, if they're buying a penthouse, they want to have the pH and the elevator have.
Okay. You think that's important?
Oh, yeah. I'm like an Italian lifestyle. Of course, we're going to have Ferraris.
Of course.
And Alfa Romeos probably, but we'll have all the cars. But my point is that people want sometimes what they don't ever use.
Right.
But they want to know they have it.
They have it. So how many
Option.
penthouses do we have here?
Oh, we have spectacular penthouses. I have 2 left that are 3 stories with rooftop pool, 20 million and 33 million.
Okay.
And then I have 3 one-story penthouses, 11 million.
Okay.
They are spectacular. They're the first Cipriani penthouses in the world.
Wow.
And we've sold a few already, but I still have only a few left for few people.
So the price per square footage, what's the range right now if somebody wants to
I can
buy
get
something?
down to 1550.
Okay.
I can start on my lower floors.
That's actually pretty good.
It's great, and we get up to about 2100 on the top.
Right.
You know, what's great about our building is we're not in a flood zone.
You're not?
No, South Miami Avenue, this is, by the way, we're at 1420 South Miami Avenue.
Right.
And this street here is in a non-flood zone. So we're higher up than Brickell Ave. We're 7 to 10 feet higher.
Right.
So because of that, our monthly maintenance fee is only $1.58 per square foot.
Wow, okay. For a building like this, I mean,
For a
that's
building
actually...
like this, it's pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And you know what? I know you answered this, but I do want to expand about this a little bit more, because a lot of people, when they come to me, they think they're buying like at the height of the market. They think, you know what, there's so much inventory, we topped off. So what do you see within the next 5 or 10 years? Because especially, you know, there's a lot of buildings that are coming due.
Well, the savvy investors, they know to get in the first 6 months to a year, because that's what they do for a living. But then you have your second home, third home, pied-à-terre personnel. And they kind of watch the building and watch it rise.
Right.
And then when it gets to a certain level, they start to go, oh, it's time. Right? So then they buy in, and you know, they're still not too late. So the question is, are you going to use it, or are you going to use it once in a while? But the best pricing is always in the beginning.
Right, phase 0.
Right? And then what happens is the building evaluates as well. While it's going up, the value is increasing because it's existing, it's real. Right. You know, it's the real thing. So of course the values go up as the building goes up. You can get in at any time, because the way the pricing is designed is that even if you're the last one to buy, it's going to resell even for more, just because it's the first building by the family.
Exactly.
So, you know, we have, most of our buyers are going to be moving in, which is interesting.
Oh, that's really? So yes. Most of them are buying them as either second home or to live in.
I would say first, second, and third.
And you know, let's talk about the international buyers, right? Because obviously, you know, I'm sure there's a couple of, you know, a lot of local people buying from up north, right? So what's the mixture here of the international and, let's say, local?
I mean, in the Brickell area, you know, we're an Italian brand. New Yorkers love Italy.
Right, that's true.
So France is the most visited country in the world. I think Italy's second, but New Yorkers, number 1 is Italy.
Italy, yes.
Okay, so we have a lot of New York presence, but we also have California. We also have our wonderful Central American countries and Latin America as well. Mexico City, Brazil. And I can actually say there's almost every country in the world represented in this building.
Really?
I can say that because I have been to most of our Ciprianis around the world, and we have a piece of all our restaurants. So wherever we have a restaurant, whether it be in Dubai or, there's so many places.
The presence is there.
We're everywhere, right?
Right.
So all our restaurants are embassies.
Right.
So all those embassies want to be here. That's why we are today 77% sold.
You just told my next question. That's what I was going to ask you. What's the percentage of it sold? And you know,
77.
That's amazing. I mean, I know a lot of these buildings. I mean, they're going up, and I'm thinking, wow, they're only like 60% sold. So that's another big statement for somebody that wants to.
It's a big statement for the brand, and because we're on a higher street as well, we have amazing water views. You know,
which we're going to see in a little bit, by the way, which is amazing.
Very exciting.
So I'm going to hold my breath.
We have a beautiful building, incredible views. Cipriani's it. You want to be with us. You want to be with luxury. You want to be with a proven track record.
Yes. Exactly.
You know, you're buying a brand, and the biggest surprise I have for this audience is that the family is going to be in the building.
Tell me about that.
You're going to see the family in the building. You're not going to see a corporate manager that was in another city for 3 years and now is in Miami for 5 years and then they move on. You're going to see the family in the building. For me, that's the biggest.
That is a statement.
Right?
Actually, that's the biggest thing because, as you know, again, not to mention any names because God knows why things happen. Some of the projects, as soon as they're delivered, then we have all these construction issues and blah blah blah. But now that you're saying that, I mean, I'm sure they're going to be supervising the whole thing, which is
absolutely.
great.
This is our standard here. Our codes here are very strict. Everything we do here has to be approved by the family.
Wow.
So the family has been involved from the beginning. And one of the best things you can tell your clientele and to all the buyers out there is that you're going to see the family in the building. Because when a family puts their name on a building, that's a big statement.
It is.
That's a big responsibility.
Right.
So they want to make sure that we perform the building, construct everything correctly, including the amenities. So everything's going to be first class.
Nice.
It has to be.
Yes.
You don't have a choice. So the buyers are going to benefit from that.
100%.
They're going to enjoy that lifestyle.
And just to close, I know that there's a lot of people that are scared right now. The politics. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go to war. We're not gonna go. I mean, what do you say to those buyers? That are thinking they were thinking Miami, now they're not thinking. Maybe they're thinking it. What would you say to them?
Well, I can tell you this. You want to put your money into Miami concrete. I can tell the buyers that are on the fence that Miami has a proven track record.
Yes.
Moving forward, we have so much more on the way. And I always say this, we are supported by so many different places in the world. That's not going to stop.
No.
As we speak today, where we have buyers coming in from different parts of the world, it's going to keep going because if you look back to the 1960s till today, that's the proven track record.
Correct. Exactly.
And that's going to keep going. Because those children of those buyers from the 60s and 70s and 80s are now have the buying power.
Right.
And they have such a great memory of Miami that they want a piece of it. No matter where they live in the world, they always come back.
They always do.
And you want to buy at today's prices, so for the future is bright.
And it's just so beautiful. I mean, I remember every time that I went anywhere, I mean, maybe Monaco was probably one of the other cities that I was like, wow, the south of France. But when you drive through that causeway and you come back home, you're like, this is just one of the most beautiful places in the world.
It really is. It really is. It's you get used to the weather here, and I just came back from a cold city, and
which is still cold, by the way. I just came back from Jersey over the weekend, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's still like 50s and 60s.
I was in Central Park yesterday, actually, and it was so beautiful, but I was thinking, I don't think I want to be here, and it's cold. I love that. I love New York.
Yeah, of course.
But but they're living here. They're going back and forth.
They're going back and forth.
And there's a reason. I mean, you get on one of our cruise ships, and Miami is such a great location.
Yes.
You have the Caribbean next door. You have South America next door. You have New York next door.
Yeah.
And California is a wonderful place too.
And you have direct flights everywhere now. Like literally everywhere that you want to be in the world, you can go directly from Miami.
I tell the buyers that might be concerned is that first of all, U.S. soil, in my opinion, is the way to go.
100%
for investments.
Yes.
And financial investments, and there's a reason why the big financial companies are here, from the Citadel to BlackRock. They're down the street.
You're right.
And we can walk to them. And why not invest where you can walk to safety?
Exactly. And have a beautiful water view everywhere that you are, because that's the other thing.
Beautiful water view and sunrise, sunset. Moon, stars, Caribbean breezes.
Yes.
We're going to have that on our balconies, by the way. We have beautiful, very large terraces. You're going to see the red moon, the stars. It's going to be very Positano.
Nice.
By the way, we have an adult pool as well.
Oh, really?
We're going to have an adult pool. We have 2 big pools. And we're going to have an adult pool, just like you would see in the French, Italian Riviera.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, no, that's actually important. Well,
I'll finish with this.
Yeah.
We are a boutique Italian building built in Venice and shipped over here.
Okay.
That's what we're doing here.
There you go, guys. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate this interview. I can't wait to see the building. And by the way, when is the closing? When are we?
So we are topping off our building this summer.
Wow.
Yep, we'll be topped off rooftop in June, July 2026. Yep. And then we're handing over keys starting in November.
Right. Which is something else, guys. They're ahead of schedule. I'm actually really impressed about that because, as you know, I've been in this industry forever, and it's always a delay of a year, 2 years, for whatever reason. You never know the things that happen. I mean, it takes a lot to build a building.
It does.
Right?
It does.
Yeah. So this is actually really impressive that they're.
We locked in our concrete, our rebar a long time ago.
Right.
And we've been building one floor every 5 days.
Wow.
That's amazing. We're ahead of schedule, and you can move in here in November of 27, so it's not that far away.
Beautiful.
We are the straight tower of Pisa, basically.
I love it. Well, guys, thank you so much, and thank you.
Thank you.
And
nice
I'll
to
see you guys next time. Thank you, my friend.